Feral pigs are not only a major threat to the natural environment, but also create serious challenges for the economy and farming communities in Canada. They devastate fields of wheat, soybeans, and many other crops, resulting in economic losses estimated at millions of dollars each. Feral pigs are not only a major threat to the natural environment, but also create serious challenges for the economy and farming communities in Canada. They devastate fields of wheat, soybeans, and many other crops, resulting in economic losses estimated at millions of dollars each. The feral boar's aggressiveness and digging habits increase the risk of encountering destruction and create hardship for farming communities. This raises the need to find effective measures to prevent the onslaught of wild warfare, protect the agricultural sector, and the living environment of communities. Wild boar depredations not only injure and spread disease to animals, but can also create soil and water pollution on farms. Their destructive behavior, through deforestation and urine release, causes negative impacts on animal health and affects human health, especially if not dealt with effectively. In addition, wild boars also pose a serious threat to the health of livestock and humans by carrying dangerous infectious diseases such as African swine fever. This is not only a concern for the livestock industry, but also a major concern for public health and the environment. Wild boars, with their fast movement speed and high adaptability, create great challenges in controlling their numbers and movement locations. Their destructive behavior often includes destroying fences, entering farms, and damaging crops. Their considerable strength can easily overcome weak barriers, climbing over fences, especially low or unstable fences, increases the difficulty of controlling them. Wild boars not only destroy many types of plants and fruits, but also cause significant imbalance in the ecosystem. They prove to be skillful saboteurs, not only damaging the environment but also threatening biodiversity. Their extensive digging and movement behavior not only causes soil erosion, but also affects water quality in agriculture, creating serious consequences. wild boars are particularly devastating in many areas, leading to significant changes in the landscape even though they are not a native species. Competition between wild boars and native animals for food and habitat reduces natural resources and changes the ecological structure of that area. With the situation on the rise, we need to focus on specific measures to control and minimize the impact of feral swine on agriculture and the natural environment in Canada. Hunting pigs at night may be a more effective solution, as they use darkness to reduce the possibility of detection, making their vision not as sharp as during the day. At the same time, reducing light also helps hunters approach targets more effectively. Continuing to access wild boar more easily is a unique and unfamiliar experience for farmers. Hunting using steel traps is an effective method to control and minimize the damage they cause to the agricultural and natural environment. The first step is to choose a suitable location, usually areas frequented by feral pigs. Steel traps need to be meticulously prepared with iron pieces securely installed and locked. Effectiveness includes using bait such as corn inside to attract wild. It is important to regularly check and control traps in the area. Furthermore, compliance with local laws and regulations is necessary to ensure safety and sustainability during the wild boar capture process. Trapping wild pigs not only helps control their populations, but also contributes to environmental conservation and minimizes agricultural damage. At the same time, raising awareness and educating the public about the harmful effects of wild stem boars also plays an important role in the fight against this species. Educational programs can promote understanding of the adverse impacts of feral swine, while generating active community support and engagement. And encourage everyone to participate in control efforts, so they can share information about how to take safe and effective measures to protect food sources and habitats. Please share your opinion in the comments section or comment on the video. If you consider wild pigs to be a threat to people, if you disagree, leave a 0 in the comments section. The rise of invasive fox populations in Australia has created a challenging narrative, while also dramatically altering the country's ecological landscape. Foxes were first introduced in 1859 by British breeders, with the expectation that they would serve as a control for rodents such as rats and rabbits. However, reality has shown that red foxes not only adapt to new environments, but also grow at incredible speeds, creating great challenges for Australian communities and ecosystems. According to Australian government estimates, the fox population currently stands at around 23 million, equivalent to 1 fox for every 2 Australians. Their growth rate has been uneven and rapid, with rates increasing up to 100-fold in the 100 years since they were introduced to Australia. Red foxes are widely distributed across mainland Australia and exist in all types of habitats, from forests and savannas to deserts and coastal areas. Famous for its growing agricultural economy full of plant rodents and birds, rich food sources, and favorable habitat make red foxes love to live and hunt. Here, big cities like Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney and Perth not only offer development opportunities, but are also attractive destinations. Daytime hunting not only poses a danger to the hunter, but also threatens the safety of others in the area. Targeting during the day can become difficult, increasing the risk of accidentally shooting another person or animal. This poses a great challenge to the safety and lives of everyone participating in hunting activities. In addition, the use of hunting equipment during hunting also causes negative impacts on environmental pollution and affects the natural ecosystem, which cannot be avoided. This disturbance can have a major impact on the natural balance and reproduction of many types of animals and plants in Australia. red fox populations are facing pressure from hunting and human encroachment, with around 500,000 hunters participating in the hunt. Fox numbers are still insufficient to effectively control this population, which poses a challenge in managing and protecting the red fox population, an important part of the Australian ecosystem. The skills required to participate in invasive fox hunting require intense attention and concentration on the part of the hunter, including safe and accurate gun handling skills, along with observation skills for target setting attractive and precise way. With the ability to move safely in the environment being an important factor, holding a hunting license from the Australian government is mandatory, which also regulates the use of firearms and ammunition and compliance with safety rules. When participating in hunting activities, the number of foxes a hunter can hunt each day varies depending on their geographical area. Although there is great flexibility, limiting fox numbers to maintain balance and not unduly impact fox populations is important. Fox hunting at night has been the Australian government's management strategy for invasive fox populations since the 1950s. However, this practice faces many difficulties and limitations, making management difficult. Towel hunters who are allowed to do this often choose to do so at night, as red foxes are often most active at this time. They use flashlights to search and approach targets to hunt or catch foxes. However, these efforts encountered major problems and limitations, one of which was hunting. At night was not very effective. The work was limited to a small reduction in the red fox population. The decline and efficiency occur because fox's ability to reproduce rapidly allows them to regenerate vigorously after each hunting campaign. Guns and traps during hunting not only pose a danger to the hunter, but also negatively affect the environment. Environmental pollution due to the use of guns and ammunition is the challenge the Australian government must face in 2023. The number of red foxes in Australia has increased from 2 million in 1950 to 23 million. This significant increase suggests that hunting at night is not enough to control invasive fox populations. This is a major challenge and requires creativity in developing more effective management strategies. The wood-feral pig has become the most invasive species in Canada. Stay tuned to see exactly why wild boar populations in Italy, Canada, and the United States are growing rapidly, creating a need for wildlife population management. The challenge in Italy. The number of wild boar has nearly doubled in the past decade, reaching 1 million in 2012 from 500,000 in 2010. In Canada, the number also increased from 100,000 in 2000 to more than 1 million in 2010. Meanwhile, In the United States, the feral pig population has increased from 10 million in 2000 to more than 25 million in 2022. The sudden increase in feral pig populations in Italy is mainly due to land development abandoned agriculture, providing additional food sources for wild pigs in shelter. However, the increase in feral pig populations also brings many negative consequences. Wild pigs are a pest to animal agriculture and transport in Italy. They often destroy crops by eating grass seeds and other crops, causing great damage to crops. Furthermore, this wild boar species is also capable of attacking livestock, especially piglets, as well as causing traffic accidents when crossing the road. According to the Italian farmers' organization called Wild BS, they cause 100 million euro in damage each year to the agricultural sector in Italy. These losses include losses due to crop loss, attacks on livestock and traffic accidents. Rural areas in Italy, especially in the central south such as Lazio, Campania, and POA, suffer heavily from feral pig infestations, posing major challenges in managing animal populations, wildlife, and protect agriculture. Hunting wild BS in Italy is an important strategy used to control the animal's population. Practiced year-round but subject to government regulations, it is effective in minimizing the invasive impact of wild boar, with two main types of hunting being carried out in Italy. First, there is seasonal hunting, which usually takes place from September to December, when wild BS is most active. This phase allows hunters to use various means such as hunting tools and traps to confront the wild boar population. Second, there is government-planned hunting, which takes place in areas where the wild boar has caused the most damage. Which form of hunting do you prefer? If you like seasonal hunting, leave number 1. If you like planned hunting, leave number 2 in the comments below and share your thoughts with us. Before using hunting methods, Italian farmers often take a first step to control the feral pig population. Measures such as planting crops that are unattractive to wild boars by using rows-secure fencing and choosing fruit and vegetable trees that do not grow above ground can minimize the impact of wild worry invasion. However, these measures are not effective enough to control wild pig populations and require close cooperation between farmers and hunters. This cooperation includes trap hunting and disinfection measures to minimize the impact of feral pigs. Hunting is the main method, with around 100,000 wild BS caught in 2022 according to CER, Wild Night Hunting Organization. The hunting of wild pigs in Italy is not only an important activity aimed at controlling the wild pig population, but also minimizing the damage caused to agriculture and urban areas. This event usually takes place primarily in rural areas, but can also occur in urban areas, where wild BS may be encountered. According to the Italian Farmers Organization, the Central South region, especially Lazio, Campania, and AIA, is home to the most wild boars hunting events, with the highest wildlife density. Hunting activities are measures to manage wild pig populations in Italy. Organized by the Central ESS, groups of hunters, usually numbering 5 to 10 people, cooperate in small teams to plan and determine hunting areas, times, and safety measures. Using flashlights and thermal locations helps hunters find and approach wild boar in the hunting area. The hunt ends when all wild boars have been destroyed, and then large carcasses are collected and brought back. However, wild pig hunting carries risks and limitations. Wild boars move near roads at night, increasing the risk of traffic accidents. They can also attack people if they feel threatened. And hunting gear can affect other wildlife such as bears, wolves, and deer. To minimize these risks and limitations, close cooperation between hunters and farmers, and compliance with safety regulations and countermeasures is important. Applying appropriate safety measures will ensure that nighttime wild boar hunting in Italy is effective and safe. The use of trapping is an important and effective method, in addition to hunting to control wild boar populations in Italy. The trapping process usually takes place during the day, when wild boars are less active. These traps are placed in areas where wild boars frequently appear, such as forests. grasslands, and agricultural fields. Trap inspection teams regularly check and harvest wild boars when they are caught, ensuring the process is quick and efficient. The use of traps not only helps protect shrubs and farmers' properties from the devastation of wild pigs in urban areas, but also prevents their entry into residential areas, thereby reducing damage to property and crops. Traps play an important role in preventing unwanted deaths of these animals. However, the use of traps also faces challenges, as wild boars are likely to avoid traps. Sometimes, traps can also catch other wildlife such as coyotes and deer. To improve the effectiveness of trap use, it is necessary to apply modern means and train trap teams to ensure safety and avoid harm to other animals. This will help optimize effective control of wild boar populations. Cooperation and technical training play an important role in optimizing results when trapping wild pigs in Italy, complementing hunting and the use of traps. Italian farmers continue to research different measures to deal with the problem of wild boar, with the goal of reducing numbers and protecting communities. Some measures that can be taken include growing plants that are not attractive to them, an effective solution to reduce food sources. Using thorny or less attractive plants can reduce wild boar interest in these areas. In addition, regular garbage collection, especially in rural and suburban areas, is also an effective way to reduce food sources for these animals. Removing litter helps reduce pressure from feral swine, and these solutions have been effective in preventing the growth of herds of some invasive species. What do you think about the measures farmers are taking to protect their farms and the environment? Leave number 8 in the comments. If you find it interesting, and ask us questions to discuss this issue further in upcoming videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on other interesting content. Thank you for accompanying us.